The southern section of the Stratford-on-Avon Canal from the Avon at Stratford to the junction with the Grand Union Canal at Lapworth is arguably one of the most picturesque canals in the UK. From its present appearance of absolute tranquility and rural splendour, it's hard to imagine that 40 years ago it was derelict. And to all but a few enthusiasts, it was widely regarded as irretrievably lost. Work began on cutting the canal from the Worcester and Birmingham Canal at Kings Norton in 1793. But it was 10 years until the route was open to the Grand Union at Lapworth. After many problems in raising the capital, work began on the southern section in 1812. It had a very short life in terms of prosperity. It carried over 180,000 tonnes a year, including 50,000 tonnes of coal to Stratford. By the early 1930s, the canal was all but closed. All the locks on the southern section literally fell apart before and during the Second World War. It was not long before the British Transport Commission announced its determination to close the canal. The Stratford-on-Avon Canal Society played a key role in keeping the canal open. In the 1950s, John Pinder took part in a canoe cruise on the canal which proved decisive.
The abandonment of the canal was really threatened by Warwickshire District Council in 1958 by putting an application in to officially close the canal so they could lower a road bridge, which meant the canal would no longer be navigable. Of course, this threat was thwarted due to, within the Abandonment Act, that stated that no boat had used the canal since 1939, and of course the little Stratford Canal Societies cruised up the canal in the canoe and producing photographic evidence, and the British Waterways licence proved that that part of the Act was false, and of course it got thrown out, which was lucky. We hadn't done anything like that in taking the canoe up there to thwart anything like that, but it was just fortunate that was the way it happened.
What happened after that?
Well, after that, there was a lot of interest created, and although the canal belonged to British Waterways, and they didn't want Joe Public sort of working on their canal, and through the IWA, the powers there had got a lot more weight than, of course, the Little Canal Society, and they negotiated with the National Trust and took a lease on the canal, and that of course then enabled volunteers and that set to work, raise money, repair the canal, repair the lock, dig the mud out, and that's what happened. And David Hutchings was the main engineer on the project, and he got the canal opened for 1964.
This is Stratford-on-Avon, at the junction between the canal and the river. As befits a town of such classical association, the entrance lock to the canal is adorned with classical figures. There are always lots of people around. It's a real tourism honeypot in which you yourself, as a boater, become part of the attraction. It's a strange feeling that some of us enjoy and others detest. You can meet people of every nationality here, soaking up that unique Shakespearean atmosphere on their visit to Britain. The Bancroft Basin borders the attractive Shakespeare Memorial Gardens, where there's always something of interest going on.